Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to a new game that we're going to be checking out. This is a game called Lamplight Station, and it is in closed alpha at the moment. There is a planned early access kind of public release planned for the 12th of October. So you guys, if you're interested, the game is still very, it's very new, and it's still, it's still in heavy development. But if you guys are interested in getting your hands on it and playing around with it, it will be available on the 12th of October. But I have to say, this game has like a certain charm about it that I absolutely love a lot. and it is an absolutely gorgeous game, and the premise is amazing. We're going to make a game here, or a new game here. I've got a test one down here, but let's do this as... we'll just call it Asgard. And let's go ahead and start this up. We're just going to make a new game here. And I will say this game is absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually running it right now at max settings. There are, there's some lower settings, if your PC is not as strong or whatever. But I tell you what, it's gorgeous. Okay, so the game is set on kind of like an abandoned space station, right? That was ran by this big company, and there's like, at least as of right now, there's no. I haven't noticed any intelligent life. I have seen some like robots, and I know in the trailers I saw these plasma creatures. I don't know what they are yet. I don't know exactly how many different creatures and stuff there are in the world. I mean, I've been playing it for quite a bit today, actually, but I wanted to bring this to you guys' attention because I've been having a lot of fun with it. Okay, so it says, you're dreaming, and we're going to say, you look around. You're back in your favorite place. I don't know if this actually has any impact on things, but it's kind of like a little interactive thing. At the start, it says, you're back in your favorite place, sitting next to a bubbling creek, or listening to the hum of the engines from your berth on a long-haul freighter. We're going to say sitting next to a bubbling creek. The sound of the rippling water calms you. Continue. You reach into your pocket and pull something out. Your pocket knife, a picture of your family back home. Let's say a picture of your family back home. Sometimes you miss them. Continue. You hear a distant voice in your ear. Continue. Please, tell me a story, she says. It's time to wake up. And so here we are. This is the game. Absolutely gorgeous, right? Okay, so we have hit M to open message. And it says grab the supplies in the chest. This is kind of like a little kind of intro tutorial type thing. Basically, there's a chest right here. This is what they look like. And you can craft these. You can also collect them in world. And there's a lot of chests in world. Uh-oh. We are cold at the moment. So let's go ahead and grab this stuff. You can shift left click to collect the stuff. And it says this is the chest inventory. You click on items to move them into other places. This is your personal inventory. Basic stuff there. And we got another quest here. Craft some clothing in the crafting table. And this is the crafting table. So let's go ahead and open this up. And this is the recipe list. Click on a recipe to see it in its pattern in the crafting grid. This is all your crafting grid recipes, and then you have all other recipes, and this actually will show you recipes that you can make in other tables. So we're going to go ahead and do crafting table recipes. And we want to make clothes. Because you do have a temperature meter there at the top left. The heart, I'll show you that a little bit more, but the heart is your health, and then you have a hunger bar, and then you'll also have a temperature bar. Right now it says I'm comfortable, if you can see it right there. You'll see it whenever I close out the crafting grid. But you do have temperature that you have to keep in mind, because, I mean, you're in space, in an abandoned space station, it's cold, so you want to try to stay warm, and night especially is very cold. So we're going to hit assemble, and there is a rough cloth shirt. And then we're going to make some pants as well. That's about all we have the materials for at the moment. But I will say, I mean, you can actually get the stuff to make better clothing pretty quick. I got it in my test world. I got it within I don't know, maybe 15 minutes or something, and I was kind of like learning. So I mean, it doesn't take too long. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit E and open up our inventory. This is our like paper doll character menu. So you've got helmet, shirt, jacket, chest piece, gloves, pants, greaves, and feet. So we're going to go ahead and put our shirt on and our pants. And there we go. And we got another message here. Oh, that's open your inventory. Gather the garbage pile at the next waypoint. You can gather items in the world by looking at them and holding down the left mouse button. Okay, so let's go up here. And there's a garbage pile. Let's go ahead and collect it. And you can see that we got 4 pieces of small concrete chunks. And right up here we have kind of like a little iron bar. We can just kind of break away at that. And tools, craft an improvised tool. Tools can help you gather larger blocks more easily. Once you craft a tool, you'll also want to gather some blocks and craft a furnace. You can burn unprocessed trash in the furnace to help stay warm at night. Okay. So let's go ahead, right back up here, let's craft the scrapping tool. Oh, actually, you know what? I need one more iron bar. So, right up here you can get another one pretty easily. And it says at the bottom left, the more sheltered you are by buildings, the less effect the wind chill will have on you. When you're completely exposed, you're more vulnerable to the cold. And we'll get into that here in just a moment. So let's go ahead and get the tool here. The improvised scrapping tool. Oh, wait, assemble. There we go. And this little bar here, this is your tool belt. This is what's on your active bars. You have 1 through 7. And it does work with, it has an Argo support, you know, numpad and all that. So anyways, now that we got our tool, we can take that and we can just break that off. We'll go ahead and break that. We can break that. That's a flare. And you can hold these to emit light. Also, I'll quickly show you the settings and stuff. So if you take a look, you can do music volume. Sadly, there's no like block volume and stuff like that. So hopefully that'll get added. Right now, the only audio setting is music. And then you have full screen and windowed. You can do your gamma. You can do this is your visual settings. Mine are set to epic. And then you have your resolution and VSync. And then under controls, that's all of your controls. So if you want to look through them, you can pause it right now. But anyways, just really quickly wanted to show you that. And then actually right here where you come out, if you look, it says "Welcome New Residents" right there. And you can actually, what's cool is you can actually collect these like LED signs. You can grab them, and then I can like come over here and place them down. And there you go. Oh look, it's like a little smiley face. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Did it duplicate it, or did I get 2 LED signs? Huh, I must have gotten 2. Okay. Anyways, now we need to, we got to go around and like collect some trash and stuff. Control, you can crouch. It does kind of change your like view a little bit. Hopefully I imagine that'll probably be smoothed out, you know, over time. But anyways, we're going to grab a little bit of this trash, and if you take a look, we found some unprocessed trash, some cloth scraps, some concrete chunks, all of which will be useful to us. Now, I found, like, look at this. This is the city, like the space station that you're on. And I keep trying to climb up. In my test world, I keep trying to climb up to the top, but I just can't make it because this game features a parkour system that is absolutely wonderful. And like my first impressions of it, it brought me back to like Mirror's Edge. And playing Mirror's Edge and everything. And I can just see... by the way, this is like the bottom layer. You don't want to dig up the ground because it's a straight drop down in a lot of places. Not all places. You can see I can actually go lower down. Over there, but in some places it is like a straight drop and you will die. What's funny is this little structure right here is actually where it seems like, from what I can tell, there's no random world generation, at least at the moment. This is pretty much identical to my test world. But this is actually the place where my I have called home in my test world. So this is actually the yeah. See, I got 2 crafting tables. I feel like it duplicated. That might be a bug. I'm sure it is a bug because I got like 2 LED signs and 2 crafting tables, and I think I should have just gotten 1. But yeah, this is actually where I've called home, and I'm going to call home here as well. It's kind of easy to find is the main thing. That's kind of important, I feel like. Okay, so right out here, actually, there is a crafting table for you, an improvised recycling bench, a mold-making bench, and a casting bench. And these will all be useful as time goes on. Let me go ahead and drop that chest down right there, and the mold-making bench. Oh yeah, another crafting table. I'm just going to toss it down right there. Oh, we got a message. Hey there, are you feeling okay? I think so, or I'm a little groggy. Let's say I think so. Good, outstanding. I need your help. Sure. Great, we'll talk about that later. Do try and stay alive. Bit of a pain for me if I have to. Never mind. And it's from Meridia. And this game does feature, like, it's like story-driven. I know there's, like, more story features planned in the future. And I know there's, like, little data tablets. Kind of remind me of, like, Dead Space. You know, those, like, little, like, lore tablets and stuff. I found some of those as I went up higher. And I actually found, what's really cool is, like, of course, you're on a space station. So it's a lot of, like, concrete and, you know, plastic and stuff like that. Well, as you go higher, I noticed I kind of went into, like, it almost seemed like wealthier apartments. And I was able to find, like, nice wood floor and stuff like that I could actually pull up and use for building. So something to bear in mind there. And actually, out of curiosity, there's place at angle is left control. Okay. So if we take the casting bench and we do left control, see, we can kind of angle it. And you can do that for all of your building stuff, which is kind of neat. It's kind of neat. But anyways, there's also chests out here. This one doesn't really have anything in it, but if we look around, they're very plentiful. These chests are. And we can get water bottles. And I'm going to go ahead and just grab that. And we can also find freeze-dried noodles. And I think, as of right now, it does seem like, because I was looking at some of the planned features, you know, for the future, and it seems like there's going to be maybe some kind of farming system in the future. Which I'll let you guys know, because I'm going to join the Discord here in a bit. And I was wanting to ask about that. But right now, it seems like freeze-dried noodles are like your primary source of food. So over at the crafting table, we can take those freeze-dried noodles. You can actually eat them as just freeze-dried noodles if you want. But you can also make ramen noodles. If you combine water with freeze-dried noodles, assemble, you get 3 servings per water and per ramen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and eat real quick, and it's going to give us a little bit of our health back. And then we need to craft up the improvised furnace, which requires a couple of the small pipe scraps and large concrete blocks. So what we're going to need to do is just come out here, and we need to just get ourselves some concrete. These big concrete blocks down here. And you can also get these concrete panels. I'm going to gather some of them up, because if you look at the top, at the bottom left, it says I'm exposed right now. That's because, like, I'm basically out in the open, and like right now it's actually pretty warm, setting at about 70 degrees, but it will get colder, especially at night. And then at the bottom right is station life support. I'm not actually 100% sure what all that does at the moment. I've got to check on that for you guys, but I know it's went down, and it's like I've ran out of station life support in my test world, and it hasn't really impacted me. So I don't think it's like super important that we worry about it right now, because it seems okay. Okay, so let's pop over here. Let's go make ourselves a furnace, because we need to make sure and have that the first day. Because actually my test world, I didn't have it, and then it was like nighttime, and I was like freezing, and I was like, no. So let's go. Oh, I need another pipe segment. Okay, and it does retain its crafting, like the inventory in the crafting table. So just bear that in mind. And what's nice is the environment, 100% destructible. Everything that you see, you can pull up, you can build with, and everything. Like those big signs over there. Like, watch this. I actually have one of these in my test world. So, like, let's go grab this purple sign. There we go. And you can actually use these signs as excellent lighting. So let's just, oops. No.
Street cleaning commencing. Residents are advised to stand clear of all company equipment.
Let's just put it on the wall there. And we can actually use that, and it actually emits quite a bit of light, in truth. Actually, I feel like it's, I want to set it on this side, actually. There we go. So we have, like, the neon light coming through. Let me actually shift it over, set it right there. There we go. It's actually kind of blinding a little bit. Oh, and we got the small pipe scraps. Let's go ahead and make the furnace so it's ready. I put my parts into this. The street cleaning, by the way, it's not something that we have to worry about too much, but there are robots that come out and like clean the streets. That's the furnace, by the way, the improvised furnace. We'll get more into that here in just a second. But there are these like big robots that come out, and they almost remind me of like silt striders from like the way they're shaped. They kind of remind me of like little silt striders from Elder Scrolls. Okay, we got 2 large concrete blocks and 4 concrete panels. We're going to go ahead and, let's see, I want to put up some walls here. I don't really like that there. Of course, this is just like a temporary house, but I'm going to go ahead and just put up concrete blocks there. Oh, and right now, if you notice at the bottom left, like right now it's partially exposed. If I come over here-ish, yeah, right over here it's sheltered. That means like I don't have wind like blowing on me, you know. I'll go ahead and pull up these concrete panels and this concrete panel. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up right there. Just kind of block out the wind. And it's kind of important that, especially at the beginning here, we kind of build ourselves like a shelter. Because it does eventually get pretty cold. So, and put that right there. Okay, and I'm going to run over to this area. Yeah, see, I'm starting to take damage because it's cold. And I'm like out in the open right now. I'm exposed. Which of course is no good. But I want a couple of these doors. There's actually a door on this building, but I want ones in different directions, so let's go ahead. You can actually craft these too. I can just harvest them as well. So there we go. There's a door, and let's go ahead and put that right there. Then we'll put a door over on this side as well. And then I need a door for right there, and yeah, and I think that's it. But you'll notice that all around through here, we're pretty much sheltered from the cold. And then what we can do is we can take our trash, and this stuff actually burns for a while. We can just throw a few pieces into the blast furnace. It's going to start running, and like right now it says we're cold. But at the bottom left, you'll notice it says it now feels like 72 degrees. Like the blast furnace does provide a heat to you. And what's really cool is like later on, we can make these HVAC pipes. We're going to need a little bit of aluminum and screws. We can make these HVAC pipes and run them through the base, and it'll help keep us warm, like throughout the base. So we don't have to set up like a blast furnace in the middle of every room. You know, we can run those pipes. So, by the way, these flares, you can actually put them on the wall as well, if you want, or on the floor if you want. Oh. See, I haven't played around with the angling a whole lot, but I just noticed something. If we were to grab this bench and we wanted to angle this, see, as I move, it angles it. Isn't that neat? I love it. I love it. It honestly, it allows for so much possibility when it comes to building. And that's something that I love. Of course, I'm a builder at heart. I love building. And I think this game has like so much promise for building. Like there's so much you could do. And I would love to see like maybe the ability to do like parkour courses. And, you know, that would just be amazing, I think. And I need to show you the parkour system. Once this first night's over, we'll go out and we'll check out the parkour system. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and I need to block this off real quick. There we go. Haha! And we kind of have like a starter base here of our own. Okay, so it is fully blocked in now. Okay, so over here, I want to show you. Let's go ahead and do I want to do it there or? Okay, what I would like to do is you can actually craft climbing rope. We need 9 rough cords, and the rough cords we can make with thread, and thread you can make with cloth. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a bit of this, and it crafts 10 per craft. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves, let me make a bit more of this. Oh, and this stuff crafts 12 at a time. Okay. I haven't crafted this stuff before, so I don't actually need a whole lot of that. And then we could do that and get ourselves 9 climbing ropes. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So what we can do is, if we take this, and right over here I made a little hole. Let's go ahead and right click it up there. And actually, what if we did it like that? There we go. And then if we come over here close to this, we can actually climb up with that. Haha. And so we could do like a second floor if we wanted to. Of course, this place is all like, it's all like dilapidated up here, like worse than the floor below it. So, oh man, this place is gonna take some work. Okay, well it's cold outside, so I'm gonna come back over here and get this blast furnace up and going again. Oh, and another thing I do suggest you do your first night, like when you're just kind of hanging out here, is make these heavy cloth scraps. They're not, they're not terribly expensive to do. There we go. We'll go ahead and just assemble these. They do craft 10 at a time, so we're going to go ahead and just make a few of those. There's 50 of them, and then we can make the heavy cloth clothes, which are definitely worth making. Because they're basically just like an upgraded version, and we can make shoes, we can make pants, we can make a shirt and a jacket, which is quite useful. I mean, this was like one of the first things I went for because it basically just gives you a little bit more protection, as well as a little bit more environmental protection too, which of course is very important for us. Now the jacket does require a shirt, but of course we already made a shirt earlier, so we can just use that shirt. And I want the heavy cloth jacket. And there we go. And that'll of course go in the jacket slot. And I tell you what, we've actually got, over here we have the recycling bench. And like the slided metal panels, for example. And we actually got scavenged electronic scrap here too. And we can put this into there. And basically you can use the recycling bench to break this down. So if we put it through here, we're going to get, boom, there's 3 scavenged wire scraps. And there we go, there's 4. You do get a random amount. And then we should have, okay, we can't use the slided metal panels to get metal. Oh, these LED panels, we could put these down too, really, if we wanted to. Like, no, I want to... Let's see, we're going to place them down right there. And see, they connect together almost. It's really cool. I love the way these work. Okay, I put up most of our stuff, so let's head outside. And that's one of the robots, the scrap robots that I mentioned. Which these guys will actually damage you.
I don't know.
There we go. And we can break them down. We got scavenge electronic scrap and small screws. They're not terribly aggressive or anything like that. They just kind of float around and like clean up garbage. So anyways, I want to show you the parkour system. So there's like two major things here. First up, if we run into something, we hold spacebar, we'll actually climb up it. And then we can also do like a wall run. I don't know if there's any really good places to wall run here or not. Let's head up. It's daytime, so we should be alright to go out a little ways. The nice thing about that little area that I set up the base, by the way, this glass you can break. Which is kind of cool. And these stairs, I mean, literally everything is destructible. And then everything you can use for, you know, building your base and everything. And like I said, there are some things in the game that are a little bit more uncommon. And maybe you have to go up to higher altitudes. Like, I would love to build, like, up in a big, like, penthouse, like, skyscraper type thing. You know? Because, I mean, look at that. It goes way up. Like, it goes way up there. But let's see. Let's find a good place to wall run so I can show you that. And then you can kind of, like, launch yourself off the wall. I've noticed these guys, they are a little bit buggy. But I imagine there'll be some fixes to them, you know, as time goes on. So. And there's another one over here. He's like in this wall here.
I haven't seen anyone in 93,440 days, so 3 hours, 46 minutes, 32 seconds.
There he is. It almost seems like they're on the fritz, like they see us as garbage or something they need to clean up. But let's head up. I've noticed that you tend to find more things that you can get metal from as you go up a little bit higher. I noticed like down there at the very bottom, there's not... I guess there's like a few... You can find stuff that you can like scrap metal from, but...
Battery cores table, continuing cleaning duties.
I've noticed I have more luck if I go up a little bit higher. There's broken AC units. Those are actually kind of cool because on the other side of them, they have like fans on them. These right here are great. Large pipes. Let's go ahead and actually grab some of these. Because what's cool is you can actually, for example, if I open up this one, like I can actually jump down inside of these. So you could use them as like vertical travel, I guess, in your house or whatever. But you can actually get aluminum from these as well, which is what we want. Alright, so let's jump across here. Oh no! Oh, I can't stand on those. Oh no! Well, there goes all my progress. I die so much whenever I'm parkouring. Like, actually, because I'll just like take off running and like do parkour. But to show you the parkour though, because I want to show you the wall run. Like, for example, I can run up along that wall there and then kind of like jump off of it. Oh, these big girders, you can actually grab these things too. And you can put them in your house. But let's see, if we go in... Let's see, I want to find a good place to do like wall running. There are some really good places as you go up. Like, look at that. I love it. I love it. I want to reach the top, but it's so difficult. But yeah, like for example, if I want to get up there, I can wall run off of that and then jump up. Just hold your space bar and you'll be able to like wall climb and wall run. I feel like I keep coming back to the spot. But those are, you know, those are features. But I love the parkour system of this. And like it just makes for fun travel. and more fluid. It feels really fluid when you're playing it, which I do quite like. No. I need to. I didn't mean to jump down here. He was putting a beating on me because I was like stuck there between him and the glass, and I couldn't go through there. Yeah, you. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to figure out a way. I left my climbing rope back at the house, so I don't have it on me. Okay, so I was editing footage, and after recording, I realized I had like an hour and 40 minutes of footage because I just kind of started. I kind of started playing on here and lost track of time, and so I'm going to actually in the next episode we'll check out the HVAC pipes, which is actually a really cool system, and I'll show you kind of how that works and whatnot. Turn this back on, and we also in the next episode we go up one of the sky rises, pretty high up. It does start to get really cold, like really cold, and you get to see me start to freeze to death. So I run away, but we'll check that out. Actually, when we go up in the high rise, we find some really cool materials, like for example, this really nice looking wood. Like look at that, look at that wood. That is beautiful, beautiful wood. And then also like these plastic panels, like almost like laminate flooring. We find some of that stuff. We find like right over here, like these office chairs, or not office chairs, these like lounge chairs. And look at that wood paneling on the back. So just kind of a sneak peek. There will be more episodes. Oh, and these columns, these pillars too. Just some really cool stuff as you go up a bit higher, and whatnot. So that just kind of a sneak peek of the next episode. I will be doing more episodes on this because I'm having a blast on this game. Like I get on this game and I just kind of like lose track of time, and I'm running around the city like gathering stuff up. We are going to build on here. I do want to do a bit of building and play around with that system like heavily because I just love the way it looks, like the lighting and everything. So we are going to do a bit of that, probably starting. I don't know if we'll start it next episode. I got to edit down some more footage and see, but it might be next episode, or it might be the episode after, before we actually settle on a place and start like some legit building. But we'll mess about with that. So, but anyways, like I said, this has been Lamplight Station. This actually has been, for most of its development, it's been kind of a solo project, and I know on the Steam page it said for about 90% of its development it has been a solo project. So, but it's amazing. I've had so much fun on here. And once again, it will be hitting like an early access kind of alpha period on the 12th. So you'll be able to pick it up on Steam. I'm not for sure how much it's going to be when it hits Steam, but there is a store page on Steam though if you want to look it up, Lamplight Station. So, and the soundtrack is all original. It's got some really good music, and the sound and everything, so great. And I'm really excited to see. I was actually on the Discord earlier, so I was on there and I found out that the station life support power level, that's going to become more of a thing in the future, story related. But basically, at first, it is training wheels for like your first few nights. It basically doesn't get as cold when the station life support is up. And there's actually something in the game. It's not implemented yet because there is still some bugs that are being worked on. But it's a hook shot, or a grappling hook that you can, whenever you're running and you're doing your parkour and stuff, if you miss a jump, you can throw that grappling hook and grapple onto stuff if you're quick enough, which is really cool. I can't wait to check that out. But like I said, it's not in the game at the moment, for the public, but it is something that's just kind of being worked on as far as bugs and stuff go. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are interested in this because, like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with this. And once again, you'll be able to get your hands on this on the 12th of October. So definitely something to look forward to. I mean, like I said, it is kind of alpha, but it's still a lot of fun. Especially to me, it's the building and the graphics and stuff are just great. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And also, don't forget that there is a Discord for the game as well. So, and the community for it and everything seem really friendly, and the dev seems really active on there as well. So, and also on the Steam page, you can look at some of the news and some of the upcoming features and some of the bug fixes that they've done and things like that. So, just bear that in mind. There is a bit of information on the Steam page for it. But anyways, be sure and let me know what you think down in the comments, and I look forward to joining you guys again next episode. We'll pick back up kind of with some of the footage that I have left over, and then we'll probably do some other stuff next episode as well. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.